Hi everyone, it's Lavinia and welcome. In today's video, we are going to be drawing a new tangle, and this one is called Sweet Pea. And this is by CZT Yoko Kajiyama. I'm hoping I am pronouncing that correctly. So I drew it here in my bullet journal first, and then I used some Derwent colored pencils just to color that in. I think it's a really pretty Zentangle. So I have here my drawing book, my journal book, where I'm adding these Zentangles. So let's go ahead, get close to here, and we will break this down. I'm using my 0.3 ink pen. I don't think I'm going to be using pencil today, but of course you can start this in pencil if you'd like. So we'll go ahead and give this a try. So the first thing we're going to do, it looks like you would draw the lines going vertically, but you're not. We're actually starting with a zigzag going down. So depending how wide you want your Zentangle, that's how wide you'll make your zigzag. So it'll be a zigzag going down this way. Okay. And so I think I'm going to start and this is a 2.5 by 2.5 inch square. So I think I'm going to start from here, and we'll just see how many we can get in. So like that. And now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to start with this inner spiral that will come across here and come down. So again, this inner spiral, so we're going to come down this way, then we're going to form that one and that one. So just depending where your point is. So I'm just going to, let's see, start here. So this is that inner spiral, and it's just going to come down to that point. And then here, also going to create that spiral and come down. There would be one here, which would kind of go off the square there. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is create this outer spiral, which is going to start from, so it's actually going to start, let's see, from about over here actually. So coming across this way and then coming down. So we're going to do that with all of these, the ones that we just drew. And then this one, again, that'll head off the page there. And now we're going to add these two additional curved shapes on each one. So I'm going to start probably kind of like where that initial spiral started, and that will taper on in. And we're going to place a second one, which will taper in. This one's going to go a little bit off the page, but that's okay. So again, it just depends on how big your zigzag was. And this will come down that way. And then this one, and there will be that one coming down that way. Now over here, since this is off the page, there will be 3 lines. So I'm just going to add those in. Now what you can do is sort of like where this edge is, you can either add a straight line going down. I decided that I would add some little pearls or orbs, but you can add what you like. So I'll probably have like another line coming down. Like that. So that's just an embellishment. And this one here, well, a little bit too much over to the side, but you get the kind of like the idea if you wanted to have just like one line coming down or additional little orbs or other designs, other embellishments. Then what I did here is I just added an extra little curve in there, and then I just embellished that. So this is just an extra embellishment if you'd like to do that. And then what I did here is I just added little tiny orbs. So let's see. Probably take it from here and just add little tiny orbs going along that line. So that's what I had done first. And then I went back and drew over just by the edge, just to make it seem, let me see if I can come a little bit closer, as if that was tucked in there. And actually probably here I can, let's go ahead and add that edge. You can make little hearts if you'd like to, little triangles. Because I think we could have this connect down here. Like that. And then I decided to add just a couple other little orbs around. Again, these are just embellishments. And then in those little spaces, you can add more. Maybe you just want to round the corners. You can go ahead and do that. So any way that you think of that you would like to make it yours and embellish that. But this is sweet pea. And today is the 3rd of November. So am I going to add this to the big string? Let me think about it. So I don't think that I'm going to add it at this point in time anyway to the string page, but I am going to add some graphite here. So we will do some of that. So let me know what you think of this one in the comment section. It is a pretty Zentangle. Again, this is colored in with the Derwent colored pencils. So let's see what it looks like once we have graphite here. I'm going to add some also here in between. Maybe just a little bit here as well. All right, and I've got my tortillon, so let's let the magic happen. I think I'm going to bring some of that graphite down as well as up. So that's bringing some dimension, pardon me, some dimension to the drawing. All right, so I'll bring that a little bit closer so you can see that. I know some folks don't like to add the graphite, and that's fine, sort of like what I did with Inktober on the Zentangle tiles. I just left them plain without any graphite. But I do like adding graphite as well as the white charcoal, especially. Okay, so there's that. So again, this is Sweet Pea. I hope you give it a try. Let me know in the comment section, again, what you think. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.